Guys, let's get straight into the content. You know, I've put together a few clips of woke lefties running to the aid of Angela Rayner and backing her, starting with James O'Brien from the LBC. And of course, when you're dealing with these leftists, there's never any accountability. They want accountability from what Reform do. They want accountability from what the Conservatives do. There's accountability for everyone. But when it comes to Angela Rayner, let's just run to her aid and let's fight her battle for her. So it's absolutely crazy.
I'm conscious of footballification, so you know.
Is it an open goal? Potentially not?
I don't know, and I don't want my questioning of whether or not it's quite as serious as you think to be informed by the fact that I quite like Angela Rayner. Yeah. I think she's a really nice person and a good force in politics. So you have to say, what would you do if it was a Tory? And if a Tory had taken advice contingent upon having a profoundly disabled child and made a decision that turned out to be wrong, having taken advice from an expert, I like to think that I would say what I'm saying now to you, which is that it's tricky, and it's the context of the boy, the son, that I think makes it a little bit hard to be too. It won't stop the Daily Mail, but can we better not maybe a slightly better person than the editor of that newspaper?
No, for me, no, I'm not going to wait and see. I'm going to support her already because, frankly, I feel like if we want to see women like Angela Rayner, who have a complicated background, who come from a working class background, a woman who had her first child when she was a teenager, then we need to be able to forgive her as readily as we forgive men who come from backgrounds where they have access to multiple millions of pounds of resources and support and all of the rest. And people keep on saying, oh, what does it matter if the amount we're talking about is multiple millions of pounds or if it's 40,000 pounds? Well, the average person understands the massive difference that it makes, the very different environment in which a woman like Angela Rayner has to fight to survive and to have a stable family life.
So you forgive her. So you forgive her. Hang on, let's just get this right. So you forgive her because she's from a very working class background, and I acknowledge her backstory is awesome. It's very impressive. But you wouldn't forgive her if she came from a middle class background if she'd blundered.
I forgive her because see, this is not fraud. This is an oversight, right? And this is not a woman who is from an upper middle class background.
Oh, for God's sake!
Millions of pounds in the bank.
Oh, for God's sake! She's got advisors at her disposal. She's the Deputy Prime Minister and Housing Secretary. Her background's got nothing to do with it. Yeah.
Normal people can see that rich people get better advice and they go and they hide their money away in offshore accounts and they know how to do
She's on £160,000 a year.
Lawyers.
She earns £160,000 a year.
Stella?
Millions.
Stella?
She earns £160,000 a year. She can afford good advice, Stella.
Stella, do you think it weakens your argument to basically say that she should be treated differently under the law because of her background? Now, I don't think she should resign because I think as yet it's unclear she's acted unreasonably. But doesn't it weaken the argument to say that we should just make excuses for anybody from a particular background?
I do not think she should be treated differently. I think that the media should give her the kind of grace
that is different treatment.
Like Boris Johnson, Jacob Rees-Mogg, and all the rest. I think, and Rishi Sunak, and every other extremely rich politician, male politician from a upper middle class background. I think that the same way that the media do not spend that much time going through Rishi Sunak's or Jacob Rees-Mogg's or Boris Johnson's financial affairs day in, day out, they should give the same grace to Angela Rayner, who frankly, £40,000, what is £40,000 when you are comparing it to the millions of pounds that all these other MPs get to keep hold on?
Angela Rayner has bought a house in Hove in Brighton, is that correct?
Yes, sir. £800,000, yeah.
Okay, did she pay stamp duty on that?
Yeah, that's the whole point. She's paid minimised stamp duty because she's removed her name from the home in Greater Manchester.
So she's used what most law-abiding.
Oh, because we've all got homes in Greater Manchester. We're all buying £800,000 flats in Hove, aren't we?
You haven't let me finish my point.
Pal.
Yeah, she's obviously employed an accountant, so she's employed an accountant who's paying national insurance. She's obviously employed a solicitor, so she's actually creating work for those people. Yes.
Well, that's an extraordinary way.
No,
That is
you're
brilliant.
You're asking. She's bought a property.
So it's actually a make work project for the deputy.
No,
so what we
you
need every government minister to go around buying as many houses as they can, dodging tax because it's making work.
Well,
oh man, these lefties, man, they're just crazy. Honestly, they're insane. They're unhinged. You know, this is a clear, you know, misuse of power. She's the deputy prime minister, and they will bring everything up. They will do everything but hold her accountable for what she has done. The deputy prime minister of the United Kingdom. Imagine that. And they will talk about, oh, she's from a working class background. Oh, she's, you know, giving employment to different people. You know, she's trying, you know, she's doing this, she's doing that. But they just can't hold her accountable for what she's done. And she knows what she's done. And especially when she's in that position. If you was, I don't know, just a working class person, and let's say this happened and you're new into property and you're trying to get your second property and then you mess up here and there, that's absolutely fine. I'll completely understand that. You know, not everyone can get things right. Whether they're doing it deliberately or not deliberately, you give them the benefit of the doubt. You know, they're getting into the property market. Maybe they've got their first house, they want to get their second house. If they mess up that way, okay. But not Angela Rayner, I'm sorry. Like, no, you should know better. Especially when you're finding people, throwing people in jail for things that they're getting wrong. Why are you off the hook? You know, we need to hold you accountable. And unfortunately, the leftists, this is what's killing the left. You know, just no accountability, just none whatsoever. You should be able to take accountability when things aren't going right, you know, and it's just that simple, but they're just making excuses and they're just making this worse. It's 10 times worse, honestly. If she just resigned, because she was telling everyone to resign under the last administration, the Conservative administration. Everyone should resign. So when it comes to you now, all of a sudden, Keir Starmer is fighting her corner in PMQs. Guys, this is insane. But anyway, guys, let me know in the comment section down below what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you at the next video. Peace.